guys, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about what you can do if you simply can't get a bite on a jig, where you're confident they're going to bite a jig, but you go out there and fish all day long and you can't get bit on it. I'm going to give you guys some little bit of juice here to help you guys get bit on a jig if you can't get bit on a jig, because one thing to remember, jigs are the most versatile lure to use, and they bite them 12 months out of the year. They bite them. I don't care if the water visibility is 4 inches or 40 foot. There is some way you can catch them on a jig every single day of the year. And today was a prime example. I'm coming back from Table Rock Lake right now. I had an on the water lesson, and my client wanted to just do nothing but fish jigs. So today's going to be a good example of what I'm talking about there. Also, guys, just a quick reminder, if you guys are interested in getting some really good Black Friday sale deals, Tackle Warehouse has got them where you got 15 to 75% off all through the month of December here. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse Black Friday sale link in the description if you guys want to support the channel and use that link. It's a good way to do it. Much appreciated there, guys. Okay, guys, we had like I said, on the water lesson today at Table Rock Lake, and he wanted the person I was fishing with wanted to fish jigs, wanted a little jig day out there. That's all we wanted to do. So I was telling him, I said, well, I'm going to go through my process a little bit about, say if I was fishing a tournament today with jigs, how I would go about it. And so we were fishing in one of the major river arms, and I said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working up the river here, and I'm going to really pay close attention to the water clarity, what it is. If the water clarity is pretty decent, I'm going to continue fishing up here, and if not, we're going to make some adjustments. So we started working up the river, and water clarity was perfect, really, really good for jigs, probably 2.5, 3 foot of visibility. So I started out, fishing, some smaller finesse jigs, and we weren't catching anything like that. We weren't getting any bites. And I said, okay, what you have to do if you're not getting bit on a jig, there's two different options. You either have to change the type of structure or the cover you're fishing, or you have to change the jig color or jig profile, that type of thing. And I was confident what we were fishing, that since Table Rock's low right now, there's not a lot of options, that channel banks, bluffy banks and channel banks is where you catch a lot of fish on jigs this time of year. So I was confident we had the right little setup, had green pumpkin jigs, green pumpkin trailers, mixed it up with brown a little bit, typical clear water jig fishing colors, and we still couldn't get a bite. And so we started running different parts of the river, started working up farther river, started getting in some different type of water clarities, started fishing some different rock angles and all this type of stuff, and still not getting any bites. So, I kept telling my client, it's just a matter of time. I said, it's the variables have to come together as far as, the right combination of their structure and the jig. So we worked with different type of, trailers on there, different type of colors. We experimented with some different type of banks, nothing. So we had about an hour left in the day, and I said, okay, we're gonna pull the plug on it. We're gonna move the opposite direction. And I made a run of about probably 10 miles down the lake to a little bit cleaner water where the lake opened up a little bit more. So we were fishing up in the river part of the lake most of the day where it was fairly narrow. And I said, we're going to make a change as far as a geographical type of an area, stay with the same jigs. So we ran down the lake to where there was a transition from a riverine type of a situation to where the lake started opening up. And on top of that, I even had us downsize our jigs more. I put a lighter jig on, a smaller trailer, pulled some skirts out of the strands, and we moved down the lake and started fishing the same type of bank bluffy structures with the smaller jigs down the lake. And right off the bat, we started catching them. And we wound up the last hour of the tournament, we probably had, 8 to 10 bites on a jig, caught a few, decent Kentuckies on it, and bailed the day out the last hour of the day. That's what you have to do, guys, if you're not getting bit on a jig. You have to it's either got to be an area change, it's got to be a depth change, or some type of a profile and lure color change. Now in this situation, it was everything, because we not only did we change lure size and color and profile, went down to a smaller jig, a more natural tone. We changed lakes, and also we moved out a little bit. We had been fishing like that 5 to 10 foot zone because that's where I felt the fish would be in versus the water clarity. But we started moving out and started fishing that 10 to 20 foot zone, and those fish were in that 10 to 20 foot of water. So eventually, it took us all day long, but we finally figured them out, and I'm confident if we went out tomorrow, we'd go out and probably catch them all day long simply because of that adjustment. So just remember, guys, if you're having a hard time getting bit on a jig, just try to make those same adjustments that I just talked about there, and more times than not, you're going to catch some fish. And it's just, guys, it's just like anything else, you know, that how you find fish or that your success or failure on a body of water, it basically just is determined by how long it takes you to make those same adjustments. Now, like today, if I would have made that adjustment at 10 o'clock in the morning and changed areas of the lake, we probably would have caught a bunch of fish all day long. But it took me, based upon the information I had available, what I saw on the water with the conditions we had that day, I felt that I was in the right area of the lake. And it turned out it wasn't until later in the day that we made the right decision. So just remember, guys, they're always biting jigs. You know, just experiment with trailers, colors, different sizes, different profiles, different depths, different line sizes, and eventually you're going to hit on it, hopefully sooner than later. So anyway, guys, hope it helps out, and we'll talk later. See you.